Good morning to you on this Friday, October 11th. We hope your week has been great, and we want to thank you for tuning in and spending part of your morning here with us on Virginia This Morning. I'm Amy Lacey. Andreas White-Murdoch joins me today. Hey, Andreas, happy Friday.
Good morning. Happy Friday to you as well. The official A-team is in the house, and I could not be happier to be here with you on a Friday in the fall. And a big shout out to all of our friends and viewers of the show who open their homes up to us and enjoy our local programming. We're thankful. So, Amy, another fall weekend is on the horizon. Do you have anything fun planned?
I think it might be a great time to go to Charlottesville area. You know, maybe check out a winery. You know, it's starting to look a little more like fall. So really take advantage of the season and, you know, get some ambiance to go along with it.
Yes, it's Virginia Wine Month, and then it's also like oyster season.
Yeah.
So that's what I hope to get into, is to find
that would be great.
Oyster festival, yeah. Or wine and oysters together, which would be even better.
That's an even better meal. A great way to start the weekend and keep it going, too.
Oh, yes.
Well, how about some coffee to start the day, too? That's a question for all of you. Brenda Creamer and Valerie McCrone from 7 Brew Coffee are here. They just opened the first location in the Richmond area, and they're here to tell us all about it. We will get to taste testing in our second half hour of the show.
Ooh, can't wait for that. Well, have you ever tried surf fishing? It's fun if you know how to do it. In this week's Discover with Dave series, he takes us to the Outer Banks. We'll hook into the segment coming up in about 10 minutes. And Puritan Cleaners goes above and beyond. Not only do they provide exceptional dry cleaning services, but they also have annual campaigns that help our community. Our great friend Sarah Moncrief is the community relations representative, and she's here to talk all about wardrobe care as we settle into the approaching cooler temperatures of fall. Plus, she'll give us an early preview of this year's Coats for Kids initiative and how you can be a part of making a difference.
Such a great campaign. CBS 6 loves being a partner in that effort. Also, the new book, I Was Told There'd Be a Village, addresses the sometimes loneliness of parenthood and provides action steps for parents to build and embrace their village. We will talk with author and CEO of Latched Mama, Melissa Wirt, about this brand new project.
Ooh, I cannot wait for that. Well, Tom, there's a chill in the air. It's been there the last few mornings, and it's starting to feel like fall, but how's the weekend forecast looking?
All right, you ladies are talking wineries and apple picking and all that. Blah, blah, blah. It's fall. Let's go do that. Put on the sweater. And
I know this isn't your time of year.
I think we have one last beach weekend here coming up.
Oh, man.
Here.
Tell us more,
That's where I'm going.
Nice.
Well, no, I'm not necessarily going. I'm going there with my conversation. But you never know. I may show up at the beach. You never know about that. All right. So, yeah, we've got some warmer temperatures the next few days. But mornings are still going to be cool, Andreas. Don't sweat that. We'll still get some cold days next week again. We're just going to get a brief warm up here for a couple days and then back to the chill. Look at the lows from this morning. 32 in Stanton. Shenandoah Valley hit freezing. They had freeze warnings this morning. And we had many 30s here close to town. Farmville, Chester, Petersburg, Louisa, Orange, Culpeper, Charlottesville. All in the 30s this morning. Even, I'm sorry, Tappahannock, I didn't mean to exclude you. Tappahannock was in the 30s, and Fredericksburg flirted at 40. So there you go. It's gonna be a nice day though. We're warming up nicely. We'll make it to about 70 degrees today. Lots of sunshine, nice dry air, low dew points. Overnight tonight, back to the 40s. Chilly again tomorrow morning. There'll be a few 30s off to the west again. Not quite as chilly, but still gonna be a cool morning tomorrow. And today we'll look at mild sunshine with a high of about 70 degrees. And tonight we'll call it mostly clear. So if you're going to football games or anything like that this evening, it'll be a little bit on the chilly side. 47 degrees overnight low tonight for us. All right, well, here's the warm up for the weekend. High pressure's with us. That warm return flow of air from high pressure is going to hit the Midwest today. They'll make it to the 80s up in Chicago. And Chicago today is about what we'll have here Sunday, probably some 80s, but another shot of really cold air is going to be coming down. And it's up there right now in Canada, and it'll move in our direction Monday and really affect us Tuesday, Wednesday, and likely Thursday of next week with even colder air than what we've had these past couple of days. The hour-by-hour forecast pretty quiet. Lots of sun today, mostly clear tonight. Maybe some passing clouds here and there tomorrow or into Sunday. But that is about it. We're nice and dry right through the weekend. And as I mentioned, we're warming up. 79 tomorrow, beach day. 82 Sunday. Yep. All right, and then next week, kind of chilly. 62 Tuesday, only 63 Wednesday. Low 40s here in town, which means there'll be a lot of 30s and likely some frost advisories. We had some freeze and all that thing this morning off to the west, but they'll be back next week as we're just into the 60s for several days there. All right, I hope you have a great weekend. Ladies and everybody else, Virginia This Morning will continue right after this.
Happy Friday to you. It is October 11th. Thanks for spending a part of your Friday here with us as we get ready to kick off Virginia This Morning, the area's only live, local talk and entertainment show. I am Amy Lacey.
And I am Andrea Swight Murdaugh, and I cannot believe it is October. I still haven't settled into that at all.
Mid-October at this point.
Every time you've said it this morning, I'm like, is it? Is it really?
Yeah,
wow,
it
here
is
we
not
are.
August anymore, friends.
That's right.
And
I'm still a few months
like
behind.
And it feels like it this morning. There's that chill in the air.
Yeah, that's right. Well, Virginia This Morning is your go-to source for everything entertainment and beyond. We try to keep our finger on the pulse of what's new and what's happening in and around Central Virginia. We've got a great show lined up, so let's get started.
So if you're channel surfing today and landed on CBS 6, we invite you to stay tuned and hang out with us for a part of your morning. We hope you enjoy the show. Just before the break, we shared a few highlights of some of what's coming up, and here is a quick recap right now.
Transforming motherhood through the power of connection is the theme of Melissa Wirt's upcoming book, I Was Told There'd Be a Village. We talk with her about why she felt it was important to share this message. Our conversation is still to come on our live show.
And Dave Parker takes us to Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, and shares a lesson on surf fishing in the Outer Banks. It looks a lot warmer on that day than it is on this day. I want to see what he's doing out there.
Oh, yes. Well, according to our trusted food holiday calendar, today is World Egg Day.
Okay.
So here are some fun facts about eggs found on the website daysoftheyear.com. The color of the egg doesn't have anything to do with freshness, flavor, or nutritional value. The color of the egg is determined strictly by the breed of the hen and corresponds to the color of the hen's earlobe.
Who knew?
I've never thought about.
You always learn something on Virginia This Morning.
That's right. Okay, Iowa leads the nation in egg production, turning out more than 14 billion eggs every year.
Wow.
I know. All right, so how do you like your eggs then? All 14 billion of them.
No offense to our friends, the hens out there, but I've never been a huge eggs person.
Oh.
I know it's a great protein. Sometimes I will do an egg white omelet. I like to cook eggs for other people, like make a frittata or, scramble up something, but I've never been huge on eggs. Sorry,
I do love a scrambled egg. Scrambled pretty hard, not runny.
Not
eggs.
runny. Well, definitely. It's a texture thing for me, too.
Yeah, and I love a fried egg over hard on a burger.
Okay.
But my most favorite are boiled eggs, and I have to be careful because my family always thinks I'm saying bald eggs. Bald eggs with a little salt and a little pepper.
A little salt and pepper.
Easter eggs, if you will.
Well, that sounds like a great spring and summer kind of a dish. Nice and cool.
Oh, yes. Well, our friend Mary Rappaport, she always keeps us
up
to date. So I'm sure she's very busy today on World Egg Day.
It is a very busy day, and you may want to think about having some eggs, too, because whether you enjoy them scrambled, fried, poached, over easy, or sunny side up, any of the ways that maybe Andrea said, you can't go wrong with it. And you can create a delicious omelet, too. Here's a quick and easy virtual recipe that you can try out at home.
Love the recipes you see on the show? Visit virginiathismorning.com. Click on the Recipes tab and find your favorites to try out on your own.
Welcome back to our live Friday morning show. Chances are most of us have seen someone fishing from a beach, also known as surf fishing. Some of those hopeful anglers are probably could use a few helpful tips on reeling in the fresh catch of the day. In this week's Discover with Dave series, we're going fishing in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. Take a look.
This segment is sponsored by Rockingham Insurance.
I love going to the beach, but not when it's too hot and not when it's too crowded.
October in the Outer Banks seems to be just right. Regardless of when you're here, you'll likely see many of these sentinels on the sand, plying the surf for that day's catch. But through all the years, I often see a lot of surf fishing and not a lot of surf catching.
There are just so many questions about how to do this. How much weight do you use? What kind of bait? You always have to throw it as far out as you can. What's the best time of year to go? Wouldn't it be easier just to go out to dinner?
If you ever see your line...
In search of answers, my wife's niece and I met with Mark Klippinger. He's been fishing these waters successfully for 20 years. He has the tattoo to prove it. Unfortunately, due to a hurricane 2,000 miles away in the Atlantic, the dreaded double red flag was flying.
These are about the worst conditions we could have.
But we can still learn something. Lesson 1, make sure your rod holders are tight. Tap, push, or hammer them into the sand. What's the best test line to use?
12-pound test at the least, and use 20-pound test is just a good all-around test.
The most common question, what's the best bait? Mark's go-to is what's called fish bites, but your best bet are these. Sand fleas. I've always called them sand fiddlers. Plentiful and free, Mark uses a special rake to pull them from the sand. He covered all the particulars of casting, including the insight that many of the fish are closer than you think.
Most of your fish, a lot of times, are right up close to the beach.
Just when we smelled that we were going to get skunked,
It's a sea mold. Super good eating, that fish right there.
in Kitty Hawk, North Carolina, I'm Dave Parker.
Thank you, Dave. For home, auto, and farm insurance, give Rockingham Insurance a call, 800-434-7736, or visit rockingham.insure to find a local agent. All right, Amy, I'll send it over to you.
Thanks, Andreas. Our next guest is the CEO and founder of The Latched Mama, an innovative apparel company for moms. She can now add the title author to her impressive resume. Her latest project, I Was Told There'd Be a Village, addresses the loneliness of parenthood and draws a blueprint on how parents can build their own effective village. We welcome Melissa Wirt to Virginia this morning. It is so great to meet you.
Hi, it is so nice to be here.
As we were talking, today's a day where we start to break some stigmas, because this is really an area of parenthood that many people haven't talked about for so long, but it can be terribly lonely when you are there making all the decisions and you almost feel isolated sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you said the word judgment. You said, you know, when I had my young child, I didn't tell people how lonely I felt because I was afraid I'd be judged. And I think that that's such a feeling that so many of us feel in motherhood. And I think how you solve loneliness is by talking about it and coming together.
Well, Virginia this morning is all about creating that safe space. And we want to let folks know that this is a no judgment zone, because this is a unique experience. You probably aren't going to do this maybe once or a few times in your life being a parent. So it's new each and every day, and it is a learning process.
Yeah, it's really interesting. The Surgeon General just came out 2 weeks ago with a report that said our parents aren't okay. And our parents aren't okay because we have increased performance levels on children and in parents. And in doing so, the pressure has come on all of our shoulders to make sure that our kids are going to the best schools and the best sports teams and excelling in all the different places. And it's putting more work on our shoulders, which is then having less time to be humans apart from being parents. So.
Well, and I think about that because my daughter's in first grade and she has quite a bit of homework, which at that age is really homework for the parent to oversee it and make sure that it works and it's happening and it's on time. So it's just a matter of finding that balance, and that's where a village can come in.
Absolutely. I mean, there's so many daily tasks that we can help each other with, but I think what's most important is that we don't lose ourselves in motherhood. I think between the weight of it and making sure that our little people just grow to be these wonderful, wonderful things, that, you know, we really do need to learn the fact that, like, we matter still too ourselves. And I think that that sometimes gets lost. And all of the research that they've done on loneliness and isolation, there's physical symptoms. So some of the things that women just think are part of perimenopause or just being a woman and hormonally, like sleep, like breaks in sleep and feeling overwhelmed and weight gain, all of these things really can be attributed back to loneliness. It is really remarkable.
Well, you know, it's that kind of an issue too, where, you know, many of us, for instance, my parents' generation, they lived close to home. So when I was growing up, I had grandparents around me, aunts and uncles around me, this huge village of cousins. But many of us now, these days, have kind of moved away. I don't have any family here, so the village is one that you do have to create.
Yeah, and I think for so long we just have accepted that that's the way it's supposed to be. I mean, there are so many societal things that kind of we're told, you know, with no federal paid leave and the child care crisis and all of these small things that are big things. You know, we've just kind of grown apart and we're momming alone. And I think that the answer here is that if we can mom together, maybe some of these things will feel a lot better for us.
How can we mom together? Show us the way.
Yeah, no, so yeah, the really cool part about the book is that the book, basically each chapter takes a mindset shift. So we talk about the way that we think as moms and what happens if we think in more of a village way. So like the first chapter says, you know, I'm fine, this is supposed to be hard. And the mindset shift is, no, you know what, you're not okay, we're not okay, and it's okay that it's hard. So, you know, one of the essential aspects of the book is to ask for help and to learn how to ask for help, and that asking for help as a mom is not a sign of failure, it's actually a strength, because the more help we have and the less things that are on our plate, the more we can give to our children.
I learned very early on when I had an infant that if I did not take care of myself,
Absolutely.
I was not going to be any good for anybody. So you really have to build in that time for self-care and be very intentional about it. I found a hot bath just for, you know, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow, can that do wonders for yourself?
So I have 6 children. My oldest is 12 and my youngest is going to be 3 next week.
My goodness,
I know.
Are busy.
So it is, yes, I am definitely busy. I have the business in the book as well. But, you know, I think what I have found most of all in all of this is that we can't do it alone.
No,
and the more we talk about how hard it is, like I could speak to you or any woman who's a mother in this room right now and say something, and I know that they could meet me exactly where I am, but we just don't do it enough.
Well, today's the day. We're all starting today. We are all going to do this. Thank you for bringing this awareness
Thank you.
us. And getting this conversation started. It is so absolutely important, and we are not failing if we ask for help.
Absolutely.
That's the message of the day.
I love it.
Thank you, Melissa.
Thank you.
You can pre-order Melissa Wirt's new book, I Was Told There'd Be a Village. It comes out in April on Amazon. For more information, visit virginiathismorning.com. And stick around. We have more Virginia This Morning after the break.
This segment is sponsored by Puritan Cleaners Coats for Kids.
Welcome back to our live Friday morning show. Our great friend and community partner, Puritan Cleaners, has been voted the best cleaners in Richmond. They are always looking for ways to give back to the community. It's sweater weather, so today Sarah Moncrief is here to talk about wardrobe care as we get into these cooler temperatures, and she has a preview of this year's Coats for Kids campaign. Hey Sarah, so good to see you.
It's so good to see you. You guys are always so kind to us. Thank you so much for your sweet words.
Oh, we love, love, love when you all come in, and you are wearing your sweater for the sweater weather.
I woke up and like for once this season, it was actually sweater weather. Not like I wanted to make it sweater weather, you know, like where you sweat through the sweater. It was perfect. Like, the weather this morning was just gorgeous. I was so excited.
It is really, really crisp out there. And I know just this week, I feel like my closet has taken that shift where I've said goodbye summer clothes, hello fall.
Yeah.
What do we need to be doing to make sure that when we choose our outfit, it's ready to go?
Here's my professional advice. So what I recommend at this point in the year is go through your closet. Anything that's you're packing up for the summer, you want to make sure it has no stains on it. And I don't say that just because I'm a dry cleaner. I say that because little bugs or things that'll find their way into your house, they don't actually eat the fibers. You know, we all know moth damage.
Yeah.
They don't actually eat the fibers of your clothes. They eat the weak spots where the food is sitting on that.
I had no
so it
idea.
ends up leaving that hole in your garments because of those weakened fibers. So you want to have things clean before you put them away. It's also a great time to go through your fall wardrobe and say, like, oh, this is a little tight, like, can I get it into alterations? We have wonderful tailors in Richmond, you know, both at our place and around town. And maybe clean those leather boots, that kind of thing. My blazers, I found one. It was my trench coat, actually, missing a button. So I've got to bring that in before I need it. Because then you pull it out of the closet and you're like, gosh, I need to wear this today, but
it
then
has
it's
no
missing a
button.
Yeah.
That is the one, I mean, that's great information to have. And I mean, sometimes, you know, you maybe went to an event and you just put your gown or maybe a tuxedo and you put it away. And then if you want to wear it again, like, we're getting to the holiday season and there may be more of these fancier events.
We're starting to see a lot of leathers and pleathers and corduroys and velvets, and there's a lot of rich textures that are in style for this fall. So we're starting to see those things kind of come in, and you want to have that formal wear, those fun textures ready to go for the moment you need them.
I was having friends with a colleague yesterday about some vintage clothing, you know, because we all love the vintage clothing. Bygones in Carytown, great
Wonderful.
place. But I mean, that also requires a lot of care, that if you do have some of those pieces, that maybe you should check in with them every now and again to make sure that they're okay.
You do, and if you purchase it from the store, you know, you want a professional's opinion of whether the stain could come out, you can stop by any of our locations, or we're happy to give some advice. I'm a Poshmark girl. I love Bygones as well. Yeah. I love shopping secondhand. I like sustainable fashion, right? It's good for our environment, it's cute stuff, and a lot of times you can find great quality for a great price. But you want to make sure that it's going to last for years to come, that it's going to be clean and neat, and it's more than just about that if it looks clean, but they're going to be like color change in the armpits from sweat that was sitting in there, and over time that'll oxidize, just like an apple turns brown on the counter.
So we are talking about, you know, these cooler temperatures, and that does segue perfectly into Coats for Kids, because
I'm so excited.
We are so excited to partner with you once again, because this is giving gifts to all of these kids. For folks who aren't familiar with it, what is the campaign?
So Coats for Kids started back in 1988, and our team decided, you know what, we're good at cleaning clothes. Let's find a way to help people in our community. And by gosh, Richmond has showed up year after year. We've cleaned over 500,000 coats. There's Reva. Yay. It's so fun to see the families just, oh my gosh, look at Jillian. But see the families grow over the years and see the coats find new homes. I've been honored to be a Puritan for 17 years, and I can't think of another program in Richmond where you can see the item you donate make it onto somebody's back at the Salvation Army Christmas Center, and seeing that full circle moment. And we hear stories every year about families that that don't have heat in their house or just don't have the money. Things are expensive. Inflation is crazy. And so if we can help take a little bit of the burden off of a local parent's back and help them get a coat that really is great, it's wonderful. So in addition to all of the things we talked about, if you're sorting through your closet and you go, well, I've got these kids' coats I need to get rid of, my kids don't wear anymore, or even adult coats, we outfit mom and dad too. Any size coats, you can drop them by any of our locations. We've got some fun events coming up in November, but we'd love to see Richmond come together again and meet a real need.
I have been so fortunate to have worked with you in this campaign over the years, and I love that it's become a tradition for so many people too. I remember meeting one community member who would go to different yard sales and whatnot throughout the year and always buy those kids' coats, put them in a bag, and then bring them to you this time of year. So it really has become a fabric of our community, so to speak.
We've started this last year, was the first year we started to see generational giving, where we had parents who either had given or had received a coat as a kid that now we're teaching their kids to give back. And that's what Richmond's really about, right? Is about coming together as a community, looking out for one another, and to see that sort of, gosh, I'm gonna get choked up even just thinking about it, Amy. It's amazing.
Beautiful. It's beautiful, and it just shows so much heart that folks out in our community have, and then the heart that Puritan Cleaners has it all comes together.
It's all you guys. I'm looking at these cameras here. Like, it's all you guys. Thank you to our community every year for showing up and for bringing us those coats, and for you guys for putting the word out and making such a tangible difference. It's really special.
We absolutely love doing it, and Sarah will be here again in a couple of weeks for that official kickoff. But in the meantime, for more information on the Puritan Cleaners and the services they provide, visit their location, 1807 Staples Mill Road in Richmond. Give the team a call at 804-355-5726 or visit puritancleaners.com. You can find them on social media too. And it is not too early to mark your calendars and come out for the ballpark warming party. This is for Coats for Kids. It's happening Saturday, November 9th from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Diamond, 3001 North Arthur Ashe Boulevard, right here in the city of Richmond. It has been wonderful chatting with you about this today, and we look forward to your next visit in just a few weeks where we kick that off officially.
Highlight of my day. Thank you, Amy.
Good stuff. Andres, what's coming up?
Tomorrow, you can enjoy a day of celebrating holistic health and sustainable living at the 2024 Natural Awakenings Richmond Health Fest. Here to share all the details is Regina Rudolph, the publisher of Natural Awakenings magazine of Greater Richmond, along with one of the event sponsors, Dr. Micah Allen from Essential Natural Health. Good morning.
Good morning.
It is a pleasure to be with you. For over 20 years, we have had the privilege of picking up copies of Natural Awakening magazine of Greater Richmond in so many places in our communities. And now we're going to be jumping off of those pages into a special venue in our community to really have a day to celebrate health.
Absolutely. We're looking forward to it. It's our first annual Health Fest. And like you said, we've been around in Richmond for over 20 years. And I felt that it was time to bring the community and the holistic practitioners together so we can educate the community on the holistic lifestyle.
Absolutely. Now, tell us a little bit about the journey of getting to this point, right? This is your first annual. There's so many things packed into this special event, but this comes from a place of passion for you.
This does come from a place of passion. Several years ago, over a decade ago, I was definitely trying to, I was having my own health issues, and I was trying to conceive, and regular doctors just could not figure out why I was constantly having miscarriages. But I found a holistic practitioner such as Dr. Allen, and I found them in Natural Awakenings magazine. And so the magazine has always been very close and very special to me. I was able to conceive, I carried that child to term, and so this is a huge part of my life. It's my lifestyle now, and I want to introduce our community to that.
That is fantastic. Now, Dr. Allen, as she mentioned, you are a practitioner from Essential Natural Health. Why is it important for you to be involved in such a special event?
Yeah, I think what Regina has put together is fantastic. And as she shared her personal story, you know, let's be honest, Western medicine does a fantastic job when it comes to acute presentations. You know, if you've broken your leg, absolutely, you know, don't come to me for that. But when we're looking at chronic conditions that are hard to sort through, like fibromyalgia, infertility, chronic pain, that's where medicine like Essential Natural Health provides shines. We're able to give effective, customized treatment plans that are holistic in nature. We're going to be looking at the entire person. And so I think it's going to be great for folks to come out, and always knowing that 100% of things don't work for 100% of people. And so definitely stop by and see me at my booth. But there are going to be some awesome providers of health and wellness that are at this event. And so just check in with them and see what might be a great fit for you. But again, just really excited to be in the community, offer some new options that folks may not be aware of.
Absolutely. Now, Regina, as we think about the setup of the event, what can folks expect? How can you prepare to take full advantage of all that you've put together?
Well, you definitely want to come with an open mind and come ready to learn about all different types of alternative modalities. But we're also going to include some fun. So we're going to have some giveaways, some raffles, We're going to have food trucks from A Rose RVA as well as Eddie Rose Coffee. So they're going to have a nice selection of plant-based, vegan, vegetarian, and then just regular diets as well. So it's going to be good food, good fun, and I'm just excited to have everyone come out.
Absolutely. Now, the event is taking place tomorrow. October 12th,
yes,
noon to 4,
yes,
at the Dewey Gottwald Center at the Science Museum.
Correct. At the Science Museum of Virginia. Yes.
The really important thing that we want to call out is that admission is free.
It is free. Definitely free to the public. So you can pre-register if you'd like, but if you don't pre-register, that's fine. Just come on out and join us.
Now, for those who might not be able to make it out tomorrow, the magazine is available all the time.
Yes.
In some places where we probably go all the time.
All the time, yes. So the magazine is definitely available at several Wawas, Food Lion, Whole Foods, Good Foods, Elwood Thompson, just a plethora of places around the city. You may have seen it and not even, really recognized it, but we are in several places around town.
Well, it's fantastic. Thank you for curating such a piece for us so often to make sure that we do have options to learn more, even outside of the fest, which we're so excited about.
Right.
We can pick up information anytime. But we're very, very excited for tomorrow, October 12th, to come out and join you to learn more about ourselves, to learn more about incredible services in our community and beyond. Thank you for what you're doing.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having us.
You can enjoy the Natural Awakenings Richmond Health Fest 2024. It's tomorrow, Saturday, October 12th, from noon to 4 p.m. at the Dewey Gottwald Center at the Science Museum of Virginia. That's located at 2301 West Lee Street in Richmond, Virginia. Admission is free, but registration is required. Amy, you can find so many things to do here in Richmond. You are now going to tell us about another great event happening this weekend. I'll send it to you.
Yeah, Andreas, it is fall season, and that's festival season. The Parkinson's Foundation will host Moving Day Richmond RVA tomorrow, October 12th, starting at 9:30 a.m. at the Richmond Flying Squirrels Stadium, 3001 North Arthur Ashe Boulevard. This event hopes to raise funds and awareness for Parkinson's disease. There is a friendly reminder, though, that all participants must register at movingdayrichmondva.org. And there's more Virginia This Morning to enjoy right after the break. Stay with us.
This segment is sponsored by Renew Health and Wellness.
If you've been struggling to lose weight, Renew Health and Wellness is offering their amazing Clean Start weight loss program, and that can change your life. Here to tell us more is sales consultant Linda Wesley. Good morning to you, Linda.
Good morning.
Welcome to Virginia This Morning.
Thank you for having me.
We're going to be talking about quality of life. When you feel better, you just live better, and that's what Renew Health and Wellness is all about. Can you tell us a little bit about what they offer for weight loss?
Absolutely. So at Renew Health and Wellness, we have our amazing Clean Start weight loss program. And basically the Clean Start program, I recommend it for anyone out there that's looking to be able to lose weight fast, but to be able to do it effectively.
Okay.
So with our program, as long as you follow all of our little guidelines, on average, you can lose up to ½ pound to a pound a day. So you can truly lose up to 30 pounds in just 40 days with our program.
So 12 weeks, that seems like a short amount of time to have this program. Is it safe to lose that amount of weight so quickly?
Absolutely. No, we make it safe for you, and you are able to lose weight very fast. So the secret to our Clean Start program is about resetting your body's metabolism. I think we all know that as we get older, our metabolism, it just doesn't work quite as it used to, and it can be more difficult to get weight off, or you feel like you're doing the same things that you used to do, but the weight won't budge. But we go about resetting your body's metabolism. We kick it back into gear, which allows your body to burn your body's stored fat at an accelerated rate.
Wow. So now keeping it off seems to be the question that a lot of people are asking too. How can you ensure that that weight doesn't come back?
Okay, so that's a big problem with lots of diets is that people lose the weight but then they yo-yo and they put it all back on, which we don't want to do, which isn't an issue. So with our program, it's not just a diet. There's a whole educational piece to it. So it's not just, you know, curbing hunger so you don't eat foods. We actually train you and teach you about clean eating, and you actually learn that you like clean eating. And we cut out those pesky carbs and sugars that we all love, but you end up having cravings for that. But we get your body to stop having those cravings so you're able to keep the weight off long term.
Okay, so it's not just about the physical, but mental too, kind of understanding what your body can handle and what it necessarily, I guess, can't. So this is a supervised program is kind of what you're saying?
Yes, absolutely. So with the program, all 12 weeks of the program, you come in once a week. You meet with one of our highly medically trained professionals, and we are your support group throughout the whole program. We're your biggest cheerleaders. But you come in once a week, and we meet with you. We just talk to you, see how you're doing, see if we need to make adjustments to the program, but you are supported throughout the whole time.
I think we mentioned it was 12 weeks, but is that the Clean Start program length? Is it just 12 weeks? Can you take it beyond that? Do you sign up for one program at a time?
Well, it just depends on the individual and what their goals are. But no, the whole program itself, it's just 12 weeks. The first 6 weeks of the program is the weight loss portion, and then we spend the exact same amount of time the last 6 weeks doing the maintenance phases, which is why we assure you don't yo-yo and put all the weight you just lost back on.
Right.
But no, over the maintenance phases, we slowly start incorporating those delicious but pesky carbs and sugars back into your diet. We increase your caloric intake, but we spend a lot of time with you to make sure you keep the weight off long term.
And I feel like a lot of people are willing to give up carbs for their quality of life. Thank you so much, Linda, for coming in this morning.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we appreciate your time. Renew Health and Wellness is located at 10120 West Broad Street, Suite F in Glen Allen, Virginia. And you can give them a call at 804-420-8889 or visit renewmetoday.com. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
We just love positive vibes here on Virginia This Morning. All of us striving to be kind always. 7 Brew Coffee is known for cultivating kindness, and they have some tasty coffee and energy drinks.
Brenda Creamer is the Director of Operations, and she's joined by Valerie McCrone, a brewista at 7 Brew Coffee. We welcome you both to Virginia This Morning.
Thank you very much.
We are so excited to have you because not only are you, starting this new business, you're in Midlothian, but you just really cultivate that kindness, which is so important to us here at Virginia This Morning.
Yes, we do. We really, 7 Brew is really big about cultivating kindness and reaching out to the community and finding ways that we can make the lives of others better. During our grand opening on August 10th, we invited customers in, gave out free t-shirts, gave out drinks, and we did a ribbon cutting where we partnered with Ask Childhood Cancer. We presented them with a check, so we're always just looking for better ways that we can just serve the community.
And serve up some great flavors too.
That's right.
Definitely.
Now tell us about the flavors. I'm seeing the menus here and my mouth is watering because there's so many different things, not just coffee, that are on your menu.
That's right. And that's what people think sometimes, especially being new to market. They don't really know what 7 Brew is all about. But we have pretty much anything you can possibly dream up. We have teas, we have smoothies, we have shakes, we have energy drinks. We have our own 7 Brew energy drinks, which are phenomenal. We'll make one up for you today. And we do have our muffin tops as well that we have right over there. So, you think of what you want to drink and we can make it up for you.
Well, I know that you're also going to do a demo here today. Yes. I love seeing this because you don't just have, the regular, like the caramels and then pumpkin spice this time of year. You have amazing flavors here that it really can be customized to what folks want.
Yes. And we also have, if you ever come through and you check out our secret menu. Our secret menu, we actually offer over 20,000 different varieties of flavors.
Wow.
Yeah. So you see those as more of our coffee combinations, but as our fizzes and our energies, sky's the limit.
Well, Let's get cooking here in the studio too, because we want to try out some of the what you're bringing here to the Richmond market.
Definitely, definitely.
So we are going to start off with one of our seasonal drinks. We'll start off with our mixed cup, and it'll be a pumpkin blondie.
Delicious.
So,
you had me at blondie, one of my favorite desserts.
Yes. So our blondie is the vanilla and caramel syrup. So they're going to get 2 scoops. So it'll be 1 scoop of blondie.
Delicious.
And pour that in. Flavor always goes in first, and then 1 scoop of pumpkin.
And you make your own syrups and your whipped cream too.
We do have, actually, our whipped cream, it's new branded. Yeah, we have whipped cream and cold foam, and then our syrups and all of our different combinations, we make them right there in the stand just by taking our tahini and mixing them into different flavors, which you'll see we do our energy drinks.
Fantastic.
Now, speaking of mixing in, you threw something else in there. What was that?
Espresso shots in there.
Ah, okay.
So we're going to get a little excited
The good stuff.
here, I know.
Yes.
Get a little kick going on now.
So if you'd like to go ahead and try, we're going to pour in our smooth mix, which is our half and half milk that we use for our blondies. We'll just pour it up to the 12 there if you want to try.
I can do it up to the 12.
Now, when it comes to milks and things like that, you have a variety of different kinds depending on the diet.
We do have some milk alternative options. We have our half and half, whole milk, oat milk, and almond milk as well, skim milk. A fun one is coconut milk that some people like to try. I have yet to try it, but it's really delicious. So next, we'll grab our ice cup, and then we are going to, what we like to call is the tom-tom it.
Okay.
So we just kind of like blend in all the flavors, mix it really well.
Delicious.
Oh, okay.
Pour it back in there. And since we're fall, we're just gonna
little shake and
a little shake, exactly.
That's right.
Elevate the drink a little bit. We'll put some cold foam, some pumpkin drizzle, and some cinnamon. What is it? Cinnamon powder on top.
Nice, perfect.
There you go.
That looks beautiful. Yum. I don't think that you can go wrong with coffee really any day of the year, any time of the day.
This is true.
This looks just delicious and refreshing too.
Yes.
And put a little cinnamon on there for, you know.
Ooh, there you go.
A little too much. That's all right. Ignore all that, but there's our blondie.
That's fantastic. I never thought about blondie in the realm of beverages, so this is very exciting. And maybe even has a little dessert sort of treat within your seasonal drink.
Yeah, absolutely.
It definitely does. We have customers that come through at nighttime. They might get decaf.
Yeah.
You know, so that's just, it's a little treat for them at night.
Like you said, whatever you want, you can get. And you have some other locations that are in the works too. You're in Midlothian now, but where else are you looking at?
Correct. So we have 2 more opening also in Midlothian. One will be a little bit down the street from us where we currently are on the Midlothian Turnpike. And then we have another one opening up on Hull Street, which will be coming soon. And then we have a lot more coming in the very near future that will be exciting for everybody, really Central RVA.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Very exciting. It sounds like you've got a fantastic growth plan and some wonderful treats for us to enjoy throughout the day.
Yes.
Not to mention, we didn't even get a chance to talk about some of the treats there, but we're going to have to go to break. We're going to keep on sipping when we come back. Welcome back to our live show. We're wrapping up today's show in the kitchen with our friends from 7 Brew Coffee. And for more information on 7 Brew, we'll post a link later today on our show website, virginiathismorning.com.
It has been great getting to know you, and this is new to Richmond, but there are some Virginia locations out in the Harrisonburg area, Hampton Roads, but this is something, remember this name because 22 you hope to have eventually?
Someday we will have some more to bring to you guys, some more locally, sooner than later. So it'll be really exciting for us.
Wonderful stuff.
Yes. It's very exciting because you've got just about anything, whether you're into coffee or not, teas, lemonades, energy drinks, you've got it all.
Things for the kids too. So milkshakes, fizzes, something for everybody.
How do the energy drinks differ from maybe something that, some of the brands that we buy in the grocery store? What's unique about those?
I think what's unique about ours, first of all, is the ingredients are definitely different. They're a little bit cleaner. They have a great, really what we've been told is the aftertaste is a lot better too. But it's cleaner and different ingredients that really blend together nicely, whether you have it just in the can or you mix any of our other flavors that we have. So.
And then you say loyalty program, and then my birthday's on the 7th
That's
of the
right.
month, and you said on the 7th of every month you have a little special something.
We do, because we're 7 Brew. The 7th of every month we do promotions. It's usually a buy one, get one free, and you're typically giving out something as well with that drink. So every month we have something special. It's always a secret, and you just never know. We did little ducks and dog bandanas.
Nice.
Yeah. So for your birthday, we'll do something special.
Oh,
There you go.
I
There
will
you
be
go.
there.
Well, we hope you enjoyed today's show, and thank you to all of our guests. We certainly appreciate you.
Enjoy a wonderful weekend. We look forward to seeing you back here on Monday. 8:56 a.m. is the time. Be safe this weekend. We look forward to seeing you on Monday.